For the new joinees, this is week 45 of SMIT community session. I'm Swati Chandrasekhar, the nutritionist, and here we have Kaustubh, whom we fondly call Katie, who actually gets everyone moving. So we'll get started for this session. We'll get started with a little bit of warm up, move around here and there. Katie will make sure that all your muscles are moving within 10 minutes. After which, I will request my colleague Suvarna to start her session on detox and cleansing. Very good weather to get, if you want to get started with detoxification, don't use the word detox, it's a short form, detoxification. And this is the perfect weather to get started. So, first Katie, followed by that, Suvarna. Over to you, Katie.
All the detoxification I know is by sweating it out. So I'm going to start everyone on that. And then the experts can get to it. Okay. We're going to begin with a few stretches before I challenge you a little bit. Okay. So we're going to start with the legs a little wide. We're going to twist, leave the feet pointing in the front. Twist at the hips, reach. What I don't want you to do is turn the feet. Leave the feet where they are. Twist at the hips, reach down, come back up. Again, twist at the hips, reach down. Do not turn the toes or the feet. Leave where they are. Twist the hip, reach as far as you can go. It doesn't need to be very low. Again, twist at the hip, reach down, and come back up. That's all we're doing. Twist, reach, stand. Twist, reach, and stand. Okay, this time arms will go out. You'll twist. You'll bend forward, but keep the arms out. Come back in. Twist, bend forward, come back in. Okay, let's do two more, one per side. Reach, and twist, and reach. Great. Here we're going to get the feet in now. Arms, one is going to go up, other one's going to go down. You're going to reach and come back, reach and come back. Bring 5 with the right arm first, and then we will switch the direction up. Get the other arm up now. Reach the other way. Think about being twisted across. Good. From here, arms are up. We bend them at 90 degrees. Roll them down, take them back. Roll them down, take them back. Okay, from here, open. Give yourself a nice tight hug and open it up again.
आहे का अजून थोडंसं काही?
Okay, next. From there, continuing with the trunk, I want you to twist through the arms up, twist and through the arms up. 5 left, 5 right. Good. For the next bit now, I'm going to be using my chair. You can hold any furniture you want. You cross the foot, put it on your knee, and you just sit back till you feel a stretch here. So then stand up, change the leg, sit back till you feel a stretch on the hips, and stand back up. Cross, sit, stand. You don't want to bend forward, you want to actually push the hips down here. Use as much support as you need. Go nice and slow. Some of you may be a little more flexible, you may be able to sit lower. Some of you may feel a stretch right here. That's okay. Just alternating. Keep opening up the hips. And relax. You can keep holding whatever you had for support. You pick up the foot, raise to the side, and come in. Raise to the side, come on in. After each repetition, you can slowly increase the height of that leg raise. Okay, let's change the side now. Click on the other side. I'm going to change the position of my camera a little bit. Okay. First thing we're going to do is hold this. And again, sit down with both feet down this time. Okay, we're going to try and just hold a squat position. If that's too low, that's okay. You can always pause a little higher. What we're going to do is we're going to spend some time opening up the hips and just holding this position. If you can do this without holding anything, that's superb. I'm going to get my watch on, and we're just going to breathe here. Let the hips sort of relax down into the bottom. Okay. If that's too difficult, remember one, just hold the chair, come here, pause here for some time. Or if you have a little more flexibility, you can even put your back against the wall and sit down. This is easier. Okay, we're just going to pause here. Ready, everyone? Get down, hold, 3, 2, 1. Begin. Breathe here. Put as much support and weight on the arms if you need to. That's okay. But don't hold your breath. I don't want you to get tensed up. Relax here, breathe. Anyone with knee pain, like I said, you can suggest it. You can stop a little higher up in the position. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Stand right up. Relax. From here, we're going to do a little bit of cardio. Now, if you can't jump, still starting off, all I want you to do is raise your leg out, reach up, come back. Do 10 on the left leg and do 10 on the right leg. Ready? Everyone else, if you can jump up and come back down. Okay, we're doing 15 of those. If you're not going to jump, like I said, just raise, move up, come back down. And let's begin. Go out and in. Go really slowly. Keep those knees cracking out. We don't want them dropping in. That's really bad for your knees. Small jump, nothing very big, easy, moving up and down. And keep breathing. Okay. Hope you're done. Breathe. Catch a quick break. We're going to repeat these two exercises, right? So we're going to do that holding. You can always move the chair back towards the wall. Sit down here. You don't need to go as low. Maybe just this much, wherever you're comfortable. Find the spot. Ready? 20 seconds again. Begin. If you can sit without it, that's superb. One of the most natural ways for humans to spend time in, but we've just forgotten how to. So slowly, slowly, slowly bringing that capacity back. And one up. Okay. Again, your jumping jacks either standing up or jumping. Move really slowly. There's no hurry. You can just swing the arms up and down, raise the legs up and down. Do 10 on one side, 10 the other. And relax. One last time. Sitting down low, holding this position. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Just sit down. And stand up. Super. Little challenging today, I know. Okay. Ready? Raise up and down again. Again. Continue to jump. Keep going. Just keep moving. And relax. Okay. If you'd like to resume session on the floor by sitting on the floor, nothing like it, or we can go back to our seats and our chairs. Thank you very much for moving with me. Over to Suvarna. So she's got lots of things to share.
Thank you, Kaustav. So, hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Friday session, and today we'll be talking about cleanse and rejuvenation. So, I hope this topic is a little interesting and is different. Before we start, we are going to do a small exercise where we are going to look at the screen that is going to be presented by Sejal, and by looking at the screen, it's a picture of nature. We are just going to close our eyes, okay, just for 30 seconds, and we are going to absorb this picture into our mind and just going to think that a thin stream of water is moving throughout our body, and it is cleansing every single toxin or every single particle which is unwanted, which is stored in our body, and that is how it is cleaning the whole body from within. Okay, just looking at a picture, absorbing it, and then thinking that that water is just cleansing your body from within, because it happens every single time that we tend to cleanse our body from outside. Okay, but we generally we don't think about cleansing it from within on a regular basis. So do you ever purposely do it, any one of you?
No.
So anyone else?
No, I did a Shankha Prakshalan before. I mean, through yoga and water. Yeah, I have done it twice
Okay.
rather.
Okay. So generally, whenever we say cleanse, okay, so there are so many different ways by which we can actually do it, and we have been doing it for years and years and years. Okay, like fasting. Fasting is nothing but the main purpose is to cleanse. Okay, so fasting hai, dry fast hai, water fast hai, intermittent fasting hai. Yeah, whatever fasting we talk about, it all comes under cleansing process. Okay, that is one thing. Second thing is cleansing by using food. Now, during fasting, what we do is we generally take food, and that is we don't take food, and that is how we cleanse. And under cleansing by food is we take foods which are helpful in cleansing or removing those toxins. Okay, so these are the two types of cleansing that we can talk about. Going ahead with it, these are a few key words which are important when we talk about cleanse as such. Okay, so one is body. So body is what? It's just a physical structure with organs. So if you don't have a soul within your body, it's just a body which is not living. Okay, so that is body. Next is living being, like the physical structure which has a soul. Health is, when we talk about health, it is a total well-being. So we are not talking about only about physical health or mental health. It's both. Okay. Toxins are obviously unwanted particles, molecules that cause illness, and illness not only in acute phase but in a longer phase also. and cleanse is obviously to get rid of toxin buildup over the years. Now, do you agree with me on this point that whenever we face any health issue, okay, it might be because of the solid waste or toxin buildup over the years and years and years? So, do you agree with this? Any sort. Maybe it may be
Yeah.
headache, it may be other signs and symptoms. We come to that point little later. But any physical, what you say, dis-ease, if you want to say, which disease is nothing but dis-ease, which is taking you away from your normal well-being. If it is your experience in that, that is because the unwanted particles are causing some problem within the body, and they have reached to a level where they might cause problem. So do you agree with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So the next thing we are going to do is now we have come to a point where we agree that these toxins may cause problem. Okay. So then what is the solution if they are causing problem? The one thing that we can say is cleanse. Okay. Or that is detox that we say in other terms. Okay. So detox and cleanse is one and the same thing. Okay. So now what happens in cleanse is that our body is naturally designed to clean itself on a regular basis. So even if we look at it or we don't pay attention to it, it keeps doing its own detoxifying thing on a regular basis, on a daily basis, I would say. Because when we talk about detoxification, the major function of the body which takes place at night during sleep is detoxification. So that is the reason we always say that have your dinner around 8 o'clock, so that your digestion gets over within 2 hours, most of the digestion. And by 11 o'clock, your body gets ready for the process that it is meant to be, like for the detoxification. Okay. Detoxification requires energy. So if we sleep on a heavy stomach, the most of the energy is diverted towards digestion, and that is how the night detoxification process is hindered. Okay, so that is how our natural detoxification process takes place on a daily basis. But at times, it needs a boost from outside, and that is where our detox or cleanse comes into picture. Okay, now why cleanse is important is it is for the normal functioning of your body. It might happen that ऐसे बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम होता है कि बहुत ज़्यादा toxins build up होने के बाद the body is not able to function properly, and that is when the body throws different signs and symptoms, and that is how we know that no, it is time to rest and it is time to cleanse our body. Okay, so we see about those factors little later. To move ahead with it. Okay. So these are the different. There are different organs which are involved in detoxification. So can any one of you let me know the organs, because all the organs are important, obviously, but there are around 2 to 3 major organs which are actually involved only in detoxification.
Kidney, colon,
Kidney,
Yeah.
liver.
Kidney,
colon.
liver, and gut. Okay, so liver and kidney, these are the 2 important organs which are involved in processing detoxification, and gut is the entire system which is involved. Okay, so how now the liver is one of the important organs which are actually which actually does all this detoxification. So there are so many ways by which we inhale and we produce toxins. For example, I'll just let you know one aspect, and then you can let me know the others. One is through environment. So can you let me know through what things we are inhaling toxins? Under environment, which are the ways we are inhaling toxins?
Pollution mainly.
Yeah, one is pollution. Right. Is that
Vegetables.
controversial?
Vegetables, leafies.
Yes.
There is a lot of lead.
Pesticides,
There is a lot of lead on it. Yeah, on the
Correct,
roadside.
correct. So other?
The plastic packaging that is used.
Yes, perfectly. But that we are not inhaling directly. Okay,
Inhaling.
somewhere the gas is being produced and then we
Aha,
are.
so we are eating. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe contaminated water somewhere.
Yes. Yes. The next is even the cosmetics that we use. Okay, that also has some effect on our the toxin levels.
The soaps, the toothpaste, the
Yes.
perfumes which are in them.
Perfumes, exactly. So there are so many tiny things which actually play a role in getting this toxin in it. There are a few toxins which are produced metabolically. So if we are doing nothing, we even if we stop completely all these things, we live in a very pure environment and doing like we are following every things that don't allow us to inhale toxins, but still there are few processes within the body which create toxins. So we don't have control over it. Okay. So in that case, then what is the next solution? Because as it is, the toxins are being produced, they are being inhaled, and day by day the toxin levels is getting up. So what is the next level? Okay. So in that case, liver comes into picture. What does liver exactly do is there are a few toxins which are really very potent. So we are very harmful, I would say. So what does liver do is a liver suppresses in the sense they turn them into a form where they are less harmful, and then finally they turn them into a water based solutions where they can be flushed out through our system. So that is the two-way pathway where liver plays a very important role in detoxification. Okay. And second is it purifies blood, because majority of the toxins, if they enter your blood or if they enter your lymph system, so they enter. But if they enter your blood, they might cause havoc. So that is the reason liver is constantly involved in purifying your blood and removing toxins. Now, once remove, the next is your gut and kidney. Okay, so gut is they both help in cleanse process. Now gut is majorly involved in eliminating your solid waste. Okay, because although kidney can flush out other toxins through urine, gut is mainly involved in throwing your solid waste, and that is the reason the combined action of both like three of these organs is very important. Now, my next question is, do we ever try and think that, I want to cleanse my liver, or I want to cleanse my gut, or I want to cleanse my kidney alone? Do we think in that manner? Anytime? No.
No.
Because what happens is we don't even pay attention to these organs as individual organs, because what happens is every single day these organs are continuously working. They are constantly working, they are detoxifying, and they are keeping ourselves in the right place. But we don't pay attention to them in the sense that they also need rest. Okay, sometimes. So what is the next process? So the next process is doing cleansing or detoxification once in a while. So once in a while is when is the right time? Okay. So is it the right time to cleanse? How would I know? Because each and every day I'm doing my own stuff. I'm living normally. So when is the right time? So these are the few signs and symptoms that your body throws and shows that this is the time when you have to at least think that I should go and do a cleanse. Okay. Or I should give these organs a rest for a bit. Okay. So whether you feel fatigue or lethargic, feel bloated, allergies in the sense even the minor changes in the weather or maybe eating a particular food might cause allergies, that also can be controlled by cleansing. Hormonal imbalance, so hormonal imbalance is not only PCOS or maybe thyroid, but also kind of blood sugar levels like type 2 diabetes, they also can be these can be helpful in that, and other frequent cough and colds, unexplained. So do you feel that unexplained aches and pains and headache at times where there is no reason and you still feel it? ऐसे कभी हुआ है? Maybe digestive issues, distress, बहुत ज़्यादा tongue coating आया है. So
Headaches have been very common, and
Yeah.
I don't know if this works or not, but consuming a lot of water at that very moment, somewhere the headache subsides. Okay, so maybe this could be a reason that maybe my body is dehydrated, but
Yeah,
it
so that is
does
one
happen.
suggestion from your body. That is one signal that your body is trying to give you कि आपका maybe water level थोड़ा कम हो रहा है. So you should be having more water, and that is how it is being subsidized. Okay, but tongue coating is one such symptom or sign, I would say, that actually helps you to understand whether you need detoxification or cleanse. Okay, so the next point is, now all this we know that why should we do this and how does it work. But then if we don't want to go for fast, so there are two types, no? So if you want to try fasting, maybe a dry fast or water fast or intermittent fasting, that is one thing. But if you don't want to try that and if you want to cleanse through food, then what are the nutrients or what are the foods that can help you? So very first thing is water. Okay, so even if you do not wish to have too many things in that particular period of time, just having enough of water or maybe increasing some quantity of water will help to cleanse. Okay, now cleansing is it's not time dependent. Like you can do cleansing for half day also, you can do it for one day also, maybe 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, and it goes on. Okay, but to start with, we always recommend that you should start with half day. Now in that half day, what are the things what we can include? So first is water. Now water is extremely important as it flushes out toxins. Okay, but it is very difficult to have plain water at times. So you just cannot have 2.5 liters water maybe during the day or during half day, just like that, plain water. So what are the ways of increasing water intake? One is you just have plain water. Second is you can prepare detox water just by adding simple cucumber or maybe apple, pear, lemon, cinnamon. All these slices you can add to your water, keep it for 15 minutes, and then you can have that. So that you are having water with added nutrients. Okay, that is one thing that is going to help you. Second thing is you just can prepare warm teas. Now the weather is like this. The weather is so beautiful that we can always try and taste these teas. So simple herbs and spices that would help you in cleansing your system is fennel seeds. So जे बडीशेप म्हणतो आपण. So body has an excellent effect on this. So just prepare a warm tea with a body clove, one black pepper powder, and one pinch of cinnamon. Okay, and that is how you can increase your water intake. Third is all green leafy vegetables have an excellent effect on cleansing. Okay, so whichever vegetable is available, you can try and include that. Okay, all the cruciferous vegetables, in fact, cabbage, broccoli, those help in liver cleansing. So even if we are not talking about separate cleansing of each organ, all these vegetables and fruits will help you to cleanse throughout. Okay. Then comes is water. Now we are talking about cleanse, and in next part we are going to talk about rejuvenate. So once we cleanse, we also need to rejuvenate, right? So in that we'll know how to rejuvenate things. But in this we are talking about cleanse. So what all the vegetables or fruits which are water rich. Okay, so this is the main point we have to look here. All the fruits which are water rich will definitely help you to cleanse. Okay, which are muskmelon, lemons, watermelons, honey, dew, cantaloupe, any fruit. Okay, and in fact, even water-rich vegetables. So you can combine these also. So if you want to make a vegetable juice out of it, you can combine this fruit and vegetable and make it a vegetable juice, and that will definitely help enhance the process of cleanse. Okay. So the next thing is herbs and spices. So any herbs and spices, whatever is available in the kitchen. So we don't have to go for anything fancy, but whatever simple, right from, as I said, clove, cinnamon, black pepper powder, mint, lemongrass, each and every herb and spice that we have in our kitchen has a specific compound which helps to cleanse your body or detoxify your body. So at least in this weather, we can always try and include these on a daily basis. Okay. Now these herbs and spices also have other effects also. So not only related to detoxification or cleanse, but also these help in managing other parameters. Okay. Now after knowing all this information, what are the key points? Okay. So when you try and when are you try and doing this cleanse or detoxification, there are a few points which are very, very important, because these points again hinder the entire process. Okay. So one is oil, sugar, and salt. The intake of these foods should be minimal, because again the oil that we use is only for the taste purpose generally. Okay, so that is the reason we ask members to cut down on oil, sugar, and salt actually completely, but if not possible, then at least the use should be minimal. The next is intake of dairy and non-vegetarian foods should be avoided for that particular period. Okay, so if you're doing a cleanse for maybe a day, then these products will be totally out of that plan for this entire day, because these foods, maybe particularly dairy and non-veg foods, they create an acidic medium within the body. Okay, and that is how they might hinder the total process. Okay. Next is choose foods that are easy to digest. Okay, so the whole idea of doing cleanse or detox is to just give rest to your digestive system, and thus to your liver and kidney also. So in that food, in that plan, whatever you are choosing, just make sure that the foods are easy to digest. Now, it should not be the case that I am doing a fast or I am doing a cleanse and that I am having sabudana khichdi because it is allowed during fast. So that is not the case. Okay, so just try and opt for foods which are easy to digest. No alcohol on cleansing days, and the very important point is whenever you're doing detoxification or cleansing, the activity levels should be minimum. So we don't ask members to go out and walk for an hour or do gymming or everything, because that is your relaxing day. So it should be very, very light activity based. It's just maybe a few asanas or whatever, the internal walk within your home space, that is also okay, but no hard and fast activity as such. Okay, so now apart from that, what else can you do to enhance this experience? Okay, so one is dry brushing. Has anybody tried this? No, dry brushing. Okay, so dry brushing is a technique. Now, as you can see on the screen, you get this brush like this. Okay, and the member is expected to roll this brush or scrub it, I would say, from your feet to your head. Okay, so there is a particular technique. It goes through your lymphatic flow, according to your lymphatic flow, and it, when you try and scrub it or maybe rub it, it improves your lymphatic flow, and that is how it helps to get rid of the toxins. The second benefit is it also helps to get rid of the dead skin that is present on your skin. Okay, so that is dry brushing. Now the very much recommended thing is light massage. So when you are on cleansing a day, light massage would definitely help you, because that also enhances the points, like the pressure points, and that is how the toxins might be out of your system. Next is warm herbal teas and concoctions that we talked about, and also de-stressing techniques. Like if you're doing cleansing on a particular day, just light music, special type of brushes. No, these, or you get it on online sites also. So if you type dry brushes, you'll get that. That is the only one type that is available. Okay. So de-stressing techniques is like light music, deep breathing also helps, meditation and positive affirmations. So even if these are not exactly the points which are covered in cleansing from within, but these are small points which definitely help to enhance the experience. Okay. So now the next point is, what are the benefits? So if you are doing all these things, if you are doing cleansing for a day or half a day, so what are the benefits that you should experience? So one is the energy levels go very, very high. I mean, you can see the difference. You can actually see the difference in your energy levels. Those people who have this acidity problem, actually the acidity is completely cured with this cleansing patterns. No more bloated feeling, gastric distress. There is a lot of improvement in your skin and hair texture. Hormone balance अच्छे से हो जाता है. And you can also see weight loss, but if you do that for maybe 7 and more days. But here we highly recommend that these programs should be done strictly under observation, because it's very much individualized, and then there are small nitty-gritties which we need to take into consideration, and that is how it should be done under supervision. Okay. But whatever I'm discussing here is not theoretical only, like I have got it from somewhere and I'm discussing with you, but this I have experienced it myself. And I have done it for 7 days also. I have experienced it, and that is how whatever I have put on here, it's out of my experience. So that is how I can relate and I can convey it with you. Okay. Now these are all benefits of cleansing. Now, once we are done with cleansing, then what is the next step? Sorry? Somebody said something? Yeah. So once we are done with this, now just imagine that you have done 1 day cleanse and you are feeling really good, because see, 100% toxins cannot be removed. That is for sure. But at least it's a kick start if you can just do it half a day or 1 day, maybe in a week, or at least 1 day in 15 days. That should be also fine. But if you have done this 1 day cleanse, then what is the next step? So if you imagine that your body is getting cleaned, okay, from within, but then you have to reload it with your nutrients, right? So how to do it? Now, the best time to rejuvenate is the very next day when you have done your cleanse. Okay. Now that we do it in phases. Okay. So pehle phase mein we ask members to go for more of fruits and vegetable based patterns. Okay, because these will give you more of micronutrients that will actually help to nourish your cells. Okay, so the cellular level hydration will go up, and that is how the internal environment will become more alkaline, which the purpose of cleanse. Okay, so that is how we ask members to go on, but that should be deep colored. Okay, that is how you get more of antioxidants. Then again, in the first phase, no dairy, no extra salt, as you can see here, no non-veg preparations, and no alcohol and smoking. The next phase which we move on to is in second phase you can actually introduce oil and sugar, but thoda karke. So it should not be that I didn't have sugar and salt for the entire day, so I'm having double. So it should not be the case. It should be very little amount to be included or introduced in the second phase. And the third phase is then you gradually incorporate all your food items, whatever you have been having, whether it is non-veg or whether it is dairy or whether it is other foods that you regularly have it. Okay, but if you have it in phased manner, that is going to help you to rejuvenate. Right now, the next point is now if we have done a cleanse through food. Now, how to rejuvenate through food? That we will see it. So in vegetables, as I said, vegetables actually help you in cleansing also and in reloading also. So in cleansing, we opt for foods which are more hydrating or water rich. And in rejuvenation, we opt for foods which are more nutrient dense. So spinach, broccoli, all cruciferous and everything, all vegetables. The main point here is whenever you are opting for vegetables which are cooked, okay, so it should be very lightly tossed in this particular phase. So it should not be properly cooked. So if you're opting for maybe cabbage, then cabbage can be sauteed lightly on a very little amount of oil and then can be included. Okay. The best thing to include in rejuvenation is your soups, stews, and salads. Okay. The next is fruits, deep colored, all nutrient dense fruits, as we can see here, and nuts and seeds. Now, the main purpose of rejuvenation here through nuts and seeds is because nuts and seeds give us omega-3, omega-6, which is essential fatty acids. So we are reducing on your refined oil and we are increasing this. Raw cabbage is also okay, but at times raw cabbage might cause gastric disturbance in some people. So in that case, we ask members to just lightly toss it. Okay. And especially during rainy season, all vegetables should be included with a caution, because there are a few things which we cannot have in the raw form, which we can actually have it in the summer. So in that comparison, season-wise comparison, we have to be careful with the vegetables. Okay. And in fact, we generally don't talk about poppy seeds and jeera also, or ajwain for that matter, but they also help a lot in cleanse and rejuvenation. So maybe a half a teaspoon or 1 pinch of ajwain water after your meals can help in this process. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So kickstart, now these are the, we have already seen the benefits of cleanse. Now once you are done with cleanse and then you are done with your rejuvenation, these are the things which we can expect. So it's basically a kickstart towards healthy mind and body. Once you experience that, you'll automatically come to know how your body is changing, and then you might try on your own for maybe once a week, or sometimes even you can go twice a week, as and when you feel the need. Okay. High energy levels, emotional clarity. I have experienced this myself, that there's too much clarity in thinking, and you just feel calm, and it soothes you. Better digestion also, and it improves the absorption of nutrients also, because many a times we can see, or we can observe, that even if you're having lot of nutrient dense foods and everything, but the absorption is not that well. Okay. So that is because of the digestion is getting hindered somewhere, or it is getting affected. So while cleansing, after cleansing, you feel that the absorption is also better. Okay. Now once the system gets cleaned, there is a lot of improvement seen in sleep patterns. So majority of the time we feel that there is disturbance in sleep, or maybe the quality is not that good. So all these issues get resolved as and when your body system gets cleaned. Healthy skin and hair, and plus weight management. So these are the few things which we can see after cleanse and rejuvenation. So thank you. This was the small presentation from our end. I hope it was helpful, and with a new thought that we have put forward. So I would love to hear it from you. Any points from your side, any suggestions, any things which we can actually or add on to this presentation, or this whole concept, I would say.
Hey Suvarna, this is Gandhali.
Yeah, hi Gandhali.
This is excellent, right? And really, really helpful and very good insights.
Yeah,
I have two questions. Does the whole detox process works for the diabetic patients?
Mhm.
And the second is there are few have the thyroid issues, so raw vegetables like say cabbage or cauliflower may affect the thyroid, right? So these are the two questions. What your suggestion on that?
Sure. So, Gandhali, to answer your first question, it does work for diabetes, because the thing is that we are not adding any pills, we are not adding any artificial powders to this. What we are doing is we are simply removing the things that are that hinder your cleansing process, and we are adding a few things which actually help or boost that process, right? So actually, it works for diabetic. The only thing that we need to take care of is we have to start with just half a day, because people like having tablets, or for that matter, insulin also. The carbohydrate ratio has to be taken into consideration, right? So on a cleanse or in detoxification, what happens is we focus more on vegetables and fruits, and that is the reason the total caloric value goes little down. So that is how we said that it really definitely works good for diabetics also, but needs to be done under supervision. So that first you do it for half a day, you check it, how it works for you, then you go for a full day. And if you find that, yeah, this is really working it for you, so in just one or two go, you'll understand that whether these foods are helping you out or they are not. And once you feel that they are, then you can do it on your later on on your own also once a week.
sure.
That is how it definitely helps. And for thyroid and this, yeah, the point is correct. So in that case, the people with thyroid or other issues, they can just avoid that particular food and they can take rest. So there are so many options available. And all, even if we say that cruciferous vegetables help in liver cleansing, but to be very honest, all the vegetables and fruits which are rich in antioxidants, as it is, they help in liver cleanse. Okay, so even if people with thyroid cannot have particular foods, they can always jump on to the other foods which are antioxidant based. So which are deep colored vegetables and fruits. And also with grains, I would say. So during cleanse, you can always, we generally ask to avoid gluten for that particular period, like atta and this. But you can always try millets, because millets are easy to digest also, and they are very high in fiber also. So whenever you want to have cooked food as such, you can have millet khichdi, you can have millet upma. So all these things also go well for people living with diabetes, right?
Got it.
So that it should be fine totally. But
Now we have
Dana-
two more questions from Aparna ma'am and Priya ma'am. So
Yeah,
yes.
yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello everyone. Hi Suvarna.
Hi Aparna.
Good session. But yeah, the common question I always ask you, what about the ladies who have menopause
Absolutely, you can.
issues? So,
No,
and with
absolutely.
medication, it becomes little bit difficult to follow.
Yeah.
Medications.
So Aparna, that's what I said. So according to your medications, you can adjust. So for example, I don't think so there should be any problem. There is any relation between your medication and the cleanse, because cleanse is what we are doing. As I said, that it's basically more of water flushing your system, right? So it's cleansing from within. So it shouldn't be any problem. Just make sure that the foods that you choose are in a correct order. For example, I'm not recommending here that when you are on cleanse, you just have fruits and vegetables and just have lot of water and just cleanse your system. It is not that way, because it is not possible for a common man to follow this. There are a few people who actually do it water fast, maybe for 7 days also, but that is not possible for us at this moment. So what best suits us is you choose your breakfast accordingly. So you choose more maybe fruit and vegetable based breakfast. For lunch, you can properly have your cooked meal. Okay, but the cooked meal, what you choose is that is what matters. So you have, as I said, multigrain, maybe bhakri also you can have, jawar bhakri, bajra bhakri, whatever is available. But preferably no gluten, and just make sure that the quantity of carbohydrate is and the vegetable is properly done, mixed and match. Okay, but otherwise menopause may be, because as I said that cleansing also helps in hormonal balance.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have seen patients with thyroid. I would just like to add one example here. So she was a patient with thyroid and she had a lot of hair fall problem. So she did cleanse for I think 5 days, okay, with cooked food and everything. And on 5th day, her reaction was, यार इतने सारे मेडिकेशंस लेके भी मेरा जब तक मतलब ये रुका नहीं ये हेयर फॉल, बट फूड की वजह से मेरा रुका. Then another patient actually said that अरे एसिडिटी तो पूरा गया, मतलब मुझे पता ही नहीं कि अभी एसिडिटी करके कुछ है. So but that happens gradually. So it is not that कि अभी एक दिन के मैंने क्लेंस किया तो पूरा सब कुछ ठीक ठाक होना चाहिए. So you have to, so जसं पण आपल्याकडे होतं पूर्वीच्या काळी की फास्ट उपवास करायचे. So उपवास is nothing. The actual concept of उपवास is what to give a rest to your system. So जास्त काही खाऊ नका, थोडंफार खा आणि बास. पण आपण ते उलट करतो is a different thing. पण the actual concept of fasting is to give rest. And that even if we follow that also, that is also fine. There are different types of cleanse that one can do.
Right.
Yeah. Thank
Priya
you.
ma'am, you have raised your hand.
Yes. So I see I have done Shankha Prakshalan once, and it really felt nice, but I have only done it once, maybe around I think 2 months back. And So it is like you have water with little, I mean, salt water, but I also added little lemon, and do a set of exercises which will, twist and turn your, your gut. And it's a set of exercises which you generally yoga teachers tell you how to do, and it really worked very well and very nice, felt nice and all. I'm more than happy to do this cleansing, but I want guidance. I will not do it just because I've read about it,
Right.
and I don't know whether I mean I would assume that liver detox is something which you should do first. So I mean I don't know. So if someone is ready to guide, I'm more than happy to do this.
Yes. So Priya, definitely we can help you with this. And as you said, rightly said actually, so there is nothing separately as liver detox or gut detox. So everything, if you want to cleanse, it is the whole process. So ऐसे liver detox करके अलग से कुछ नहीं होता है. But yeah, so cleansing we can definitely help you. We can guide you for a half-day detox, I would say, to start with. And if you feel good कि अरे हाँ ठीक है मैं कर सकती हूँ, then we can think about the whole day detox. So that way we can definitely help you on that.
Sounds good. We can sync separately.
Yes, yes, sure, sure. So drinking 2 glasses of water.
Yeah, so Varna, I have a question. You are saying that water helps to detox. So, like, there are a lot of people who say too much of drinking water also flushes your vitamins and important salts from your body. So, how much does a diabetic person should drink, and what intervals one should follow to
So generally,
detoxify through
what
water?
we recommend is say about 2 to 2.5 liters is sufficient. Okay.
But tell the breakage, the
Yeah,
whole day, how
basically
to.
you just have to make sure that you don't have water half an hour before and half an hour after your meals. Okay, because that might dilute your entire environment, okay, of digestion. So that is the reason you have to make sure that half an hour here and there you have to be careful. But otherwise, then it depends on your body also, right? So how your body demands water, that is also important, and which is very much individualized. Because then I don't feel like having water maybe after my breakfast, but then I feel like having water just around 11:30. But that is the time I should be drinking it. So just because मुझे किसी ने बोला है तो अभी मैं बहुत सारा 1 लीटर पानी लेती हूँ, will not help, right? And जैसे भी ऐसे बीच बीच में इंटरवल करके you can have like after, as I said कि 1 बजे आपने ये खाया, मतलब खाना खाया, so maybe around 2 o'clock you just have a cup of warm tea with fennel seeds or maybe clove, and that will, or maybe ajwain also, so that will help you to improve your digestion also. So maybe around 4 o'clock you again have green tea or whatever other sort of tea, which will again help you. So for example, around 1 cup will be say about 250 ml, for example. So if you're having maybe 2 to 3 cups of such warm teas, around 500 ml तो आपका वैसे भी extra हो रहा है. So you don't have to just keep drinking normal water, because that is a bit difficult in these days. So this way you can improve your water intake. The main idea is to improve your fluid intake basically. तो अगर आप सूप के थ्रू भी थोड़ा ज्यादा पानी ले, मतलब you are making soup थोड़ा thinny consistency का, so that is how you are increasing your water intake, right? So उस हिसाब से you can go up to 2 to 2.5 liters and that is sufficient.
Correct.
तो बहुत ज्यादा.
But they say that you should start the day with warm water,
Yes. So warm water is normal water also. The concept is what happens is if you're having your dinner at 8 o'clock, okay, you finish it by say about 8:30, okay. By the time you get up, if you get up around 6:30 or 7, I would say. So in that entire process, as I mentioned, that digestion and detoxification takes place, right? So there are so many things which are produced during these processes within your system, okay, which makes your body kind of acidic, okay, or maybe वो waste भी काफी ज़्यादा होता है. So to the time you get up in the morning, your body is a little bit acidic. So if you're having tea or coffee immediately on your after getting up, that is going to make the environment more acidic, right? So we don't want to do that. So that is the reason we ask everybody to have at least 1 glass of water after waking up, so that it makes the environment little alkaline. Okay, so you can add lime, you can add whatever. Yeah, so that is all add-ons. But basic is 1 glass of water really helps. 1 or 2 glasses as per you can take it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So any more questions?
I think there were some questions in the chat box which obviously Kaveri has answered. So thank you, Kaveri, for that. Has everyone met Kaveri though? Kaveri is our new nutritionist who's now a part of our team. So this is
Hello,
Kaveri.
good evening, everybody.
Hello, Kaveri.
Hi. Hi. Nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Okay, we have one more question in the chat box. Can you share the recipes? So yes, of course we will.
Yeah,
definitely.
And
All right.
one more thing that I just wanted to, actually I'm curious, so I just want to go through this question here. Has anybody heard about colon hydrotherapy by any chance?
Yes.
No.
And that's why I asked you. That's why I asked you, because what I have heard is, if you want to ever do a detox, then you should first try to do a liver detox, and then a kidney, and then a colon.
Yeah.
So,
so actually, what happens is, yeah, please go ahead, ma'am.
No. So that's what I've heard about it, and that was my. That's why I asked you whether we should first do liver. Yeah.
So actually, कैसे होता है ना? Maybe Ayurveda, they always, because it's more of organ based, so they may be suggesting that. Generally, when cleanse or detox starts now, generally we recommend it to start with enema. Okay, because first you have to cleanse whatever is being stored. And colon hydrotherapy is one such technique where the enema water is flushed into your system, the colon basically, the large intestine, and all the stored matter, it just comes out, and you feel that difference, कि अरे कितना light हुआ है. So after colon hydrotherapy, almost 1 to 1.5 kg is reduced. So that much matter is stored within our systems all these days. So, so if you are thinking on that level, so from today we can always think that, at least we'll try and include such foods which not, if we are not going for a complete 1 day cleanse, at least we can try and include these foods which help in, enhancing this process. So day by day we can do that, and once we feel that no, we are ready, then we can go and try for this half day and 1 day detox, or maybe cleanse, I would say.
So what I also heard, if you sweet potato aids in colon cleansing.
Yes, it does, because sweet potato, उसको एक हम लोगों ने कुछ तो ऐसे अलग सा एक ये बना एनिमी बना के रखा है एक्चुअली, but sweet potato is really very healthy because उसका जो composition है ना nutrients का, that is excellent. So what we say कि नहीं अरे ये मतलब people with sugar levels cannot have, ऐसे कुछ नहीं है actually, frankly. So what happens is we generally अगर sweet potato खाना जाते हैं सिर्फ if you are having only sweet potato, that might cause effect. But अगर आप उसके साथ आप तो normally वैसे भी salads खाते हो, आप normally आपका fiber intake वैसे भी high होता है. So if you're having that with your meal, or maybe around 3 to 4 o'clock के बीच में जो time होता है, when you feel something like that, you can actually definitely try half of a sweet potato and just make a chaat kind of a thing. So sweet potato boil करके cut करना है. You just add onion, tomato, maybe sprouted अगर कुछ है तो, and just वो ऐसे चाट के जैसे if you have it, nothing will happen. So जैसे potato है वैसे sweet potato है, but in fact sweet potato में ज़्यादा nutrients है. So that will help. Cravings actually मैं आपको बोल जाऊँ, अगर if you are feeling this cravings, so that means आपको cleanse थोड़ा करना चाहिए, because there is something your body is constantly demanding for, right? So अगर आप थोड़ा सा ये करके देखते हो, so I think cravings कम हो जाएंगे, एंड क्रेविंग्स भी अलग अलग तरीके के होते हैं, राइट? स्वीट क्रेविंग्स होगा आपका, थोड़ा सा कभी कभी ऐसा लगता है चाट खाऊं या ऐसे कुछ खाऊं, इस तरीके भी क्रेविंग्स होते हैं. सो इन दैट केस, if you have, you can try this trick ki if you have sufficient amount of fiber in your previous meal, no, you will not feel that craving, that particular craving, I would say. क्योंकि ऐसे होता है कि जब कभी हमारा पेट ठीक से भरा हुआ नहीं रहता है, then we start looking for different options and then we start having that thing कि अरे मुझे नहीं अभी भूख लगा है तो क्या खाऊं, and when we have this thought कि क्या खाऊं, तो अपने दिमाग में ये नहीं आएगा कि कुछ मतलब ये वेजिटेबल्स खाऊं या फ्रूट खाऊं या क्यूकम्बर खाऊं. Our thinking will always go towards something which is that does not fit into healthy bracket. So that is how you do it. But if you follow your meal timings and if you have proper quantity of food, you will not feel that craving.
So Varna, another question is regarding fruits, like fruits which have, water in them, like watermelons, muskmelon, all these fruits. But they say that diabetic people should not have on regular basis. Like summertime, it is a seasonal fruit.
Yeah.
So how much should one, and is it good to have regular? That's what my question is.
Yeah. So the very basic thing is actually we divide foods into glycemic index categories, right? Likewise. So what we can do is we can have low glycemic index foods anytime. That is not an issue. Things with fruits with medium to high glycemic index, which we have to be little careful about. But fruits like watermelon or muskmelon, I would say, lime, these all are moderate GI foods. So you can definitely have them, but have them in less, like limited quantity. For example, 1 vati, I would say. Okay, so 1 vati, not of salad, the little smaller one. Okay, that much watermelon or any fruit, I would say, you can have it. And the main point is, if you are having or if you are balancing your other meals, okay, so that is not going to affect your one particular sugar level. So if you are having watermelon in the morning, I would suggest you to go for maybe 2 walnuts or 2 almonds along with it. Okay. Or maybe if you are having watermelon at 9 o'clock in the morning, I would suggest you to go for a cucumber at maybe 10:30, 11. So the fiber content of cucumber will take care of the glycemic index.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a very simple equation. Whatever, it's not only about fruits, but I'm talking about in general, that whatever, if you are opting for a particular food which is high glycemic index, okay, if you maybe match it with a food that is having high fiber content, it will be taken care of. So you don't have to worry about that. So for example, for lunch also we say that at times if you're having rice, okay, so rice as such is not bad. Okay, what we need to take care is कि rice के साथ आप क्या खाते हो. So if you are making maybe very vegetarian khichdi, okay, so if you are adding rice, if you are adding dal, if you are adding lots of vegetables, and if you are making it with little oil, what's wrong in that, right? So अगर आपके vegetables बहुत ज़्यादा है, उसमें दाल का quantity अच्छा है, and you are adding little oil, rice, it will not cause any problem, right? So that is how you have to balance it.
So like morning when breakfast you are having fruits, so you can have some watermelon, some orange, some apple together, no?
See, because there is another topic which we can have actually the entire session on that, which says food combination, okay, which is very, very important.
Okay.
So there are foods which fall under acidic category, there are foods which fall under alkaline category, and there are foods which fall under neutral category.
Correct.
So combining acidic and alkaline foods will not help. In fact, they will cause other problems.
Okay.
Right? But that is a very vast topic, so won't be able to give a in detail about it. But just make sure that whenever you're opting for any fruit, make sure that you opt for mono fruit. Okay, in any case, not only for breakfast, even for evening snacks or whenever you're having it.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure that you opt for mono fruit. Just choose one fruit.
One fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Although we,
And
of
if you are
course,
having, yeah,
have a
just
message from Shashank Patkar, sir. Session on food combination is a good idea. Of course, sir. A suggestion taken into consideration. We'll have a session soon. Thank you everyone for joining. This was great. Thank you.
एक ही मिनट हाँ, एक ही मिनट. So मैम, रूबी मैम, जो आपने
Yeah.
breakfast में इसका बोला है ना, तो you have to be very careful about your tablets also. So if you're having tablets around that time, so you have to be very careful about the quantity.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
So I
you.
hope it was great. It was a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
session. It was helpful.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Thank
and
you,
Ruby
thank
ma'am,
you.
please reach out to your navigator and your nutritionist for more queries.
Thank you,
Yeah. Yeah.
Suvarna.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, everyone. Thank you
Good
for
session.
joining.
Very
Have a
nice
great,
session.
Thank you.
have a great weekend,
session.
everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.